Hey, what is going on, guys? Welcome yourselves back to the Most Handsome Podcast. I'm here with Lucas, and today we're going to be talking about the Chainsmokers and basically their future. Why? Because they just dropped a whole new, well, I shouldn't say whole new, but they dropped a new song, which is absolutely phenomenal. So we'll talk about that. We'll talk about their future, possible artists they could collab with in the future, future album, future music, future tour, everything like that. And if you want to see videos about other artists' future, let us know who you want us to do in the comments down below. We've done about Selena Gomez, 5SOS, NF, Kanye West, a bunch of different people. So go ahead and check that out. And every single Thursday, last thing before we get into this, every single Thursday, we react/review to new songs. So when the Chainsmokers drop another song, you already know we're going to be the first people on YouTube to give our opinion on that. So subscribe if you want to see that every single week. And yeah, check out Lucas's channel. Link in description. He does sports stuff and uploads concert stuff. So if you was to ever go to a Chainsmokers concert, you'll be able to see that. So subscribe to him. Let's get into this. So, like I said, the reason we bring this up is mainly because of them dropping this song. Now, me and Lucas, before this song, in our opinions, Chainsmokers, they cool. The era when Chainsmokers were dropping songs like Closer, something just like this, they're great. But then they're kind of like, they're cool. They dropped this song, and like I said, we did a review on the song. Legit, check it out, because you'll get like our first reactions. Our first reactions were like, number one, this is a great song on its own. Number two, Chainsmokers, you've done it. Like, you're good again. Not that they're ever, I'm not saying they're terrible or anything like that, but like, this song is really, really good. And here's why. And this is what gives me an idea of their future, because this song is way more original than their other stuff. You ever look up videos on YouTube, how to make songs like Chainsmokers? Now, if you look up that on YouTube, every single video, they show you how to do it, right? And what they say in the video is they say same 3 chord progressions. Okay, you do this, you add that. Blah, blah, blah. It's copy and paste for them most of the time. Okay, it's copy. Say how they get their artists and how they make the songs is copy and paste. The arrangement, the chord progression, how it sounds, how the people who they put on sounds. And basically same with subject matter. Now, do they ever sound bad? No, they're still catchy songs pretty much every single time. But that's kind of why Chainsmokers never fell off. But you could say they fell off if you look at the Closer days, Don't Let Me Down days, Paris days. You could say they fell off if you look at that versus now.
They also did 5 Seconds of Summer, but that wasn't entirely huge.
It was big. The thing is, sorry for cutting you off. The thing is, it was big, right? But compared to how big Chainsmokers were, like, they were here, and then they were meh, and now I feel like they're going up if they stay with this style. But Luke, so obviously you agree with me that this new song is great. But do you want to tell me, in your opinion, now, instrumentally, obviously mostly because of Chainsmokers, and vocal-wise, from Drew Tabot, I believe his name is, the pair who, or one of the duos who sings most of the Chainsmokers songs nowadays. You want to tell me the difference between this song, vocally and production-wise, versus the other stuff, and why we liked it better?
Well, I mean, Push My Luck, it was definitely great produced. This production was great. We already know that. Vocals were not terrible. I feel like his voice in general is better supporting stronger vocals. He doesn't have a big voice. I mean, he has a pretty decent voice, but it does the job. It does the job. It's not terrible. It's pleasant sounding, and it's really cool. The vocal texture here is very cool. The harmonies are good. The production's good. I see a little bit of auto-tune, but not a little bit. It could put the spark on it. It's so good. The vocals are great, production's great, and we already know the production's always going to be great when it comes to the Chainsmokers, because that's their specialty. That's always going to be their specialty. Yeah. Because, I mean, unless they get this new singer, unless they bring Adele in there, it's going to, I mean, you don't see a lot of powerful vocals from them unless it's by someone else that they're collabing with. But on their own, I'm very, very impressed to see them do something on their own, and it's really good. Because normally the stuff that they do on their own, and you see it live too. You see them try to sing their stuff live that other singers do. It's not as good, and plus they sing along with tracks to the other singers who collabed with them. Like they have the tracks going live and they sing along to it, and that's kind of boring to me because I feel like it's a little bit fake band. I mean, they sing, but they have those other vocals to cover up just in case they mess up. I mean, in the way when you say it, it sounds good, but we want to see you actually do the vocals yourself. But here, it's really cool because like I feel like this is their best just them song, their best solo song.
Yeah, I agree.
And you're comparing it to everything else. It's not. Correct me if I'm wrong, Sean. I haven't been as big of a Chainsmokers fan as you have, but it seems like the reason why they're so big, they're great producers. The reason why they're so big is because they've collabed with some of the biggest artists.
Yeah,
And,
along with the catchy instrumentals. But I mean, if you
Yes.
look, yeah, I mean,
Definitely.
yeah, I'd say it's like 60% them, 40% other people. But that's still 40%. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
And it's I mean I totally see that too. It's really kind of it's really cool to see them make this new album, this new song. I mean they might have a new album coming out. I'm not sure. Sean, you should.
Well, so this song
Probably.
dropped with a technically with an album, but the way that the Chainsmokers dropped their music is they like so they dropped one song, then they dropped it. You know how Why Don't We? This is kind of like a side thing, but you know how Why Don't We drops one song and then they drop that song again with another song to make a 2-song EP.
Yeah.
They did that for a while, then they racked up about 6 songs. Then they dropped this one song along with another 6 along with another 6 released songs. So it's more of a collection. So this dropped with a collection, but even this is different from the collection. So it's not really an album, you know what I mean? But it's a collection.
Yeah.
But anyways,
Box.
so
Probably.
yeah, no, you covered all the vocal stuff and all of that. So as far as instrumentally, all their stuff is gonna sound similar to a point because of how they do it and how they construct the song, which like 100%.
Yeah.
That's how all artists are, right? It's always gonna sound the same to a point, but it sounds definitely. It's how you do it. And how they did it, as I think what was great, because the song structure itself was totally different than anything we've heard from them, mainly because you have verse, kind of chorus, the beat didn't drop, and because they wanted you to focus probably in their minds on how their vocals got better. And then the beat doesn't drop, so you're kind of like focused, like, dang, these vocals are good. This is more kind of like a soulful, less instrumental song. And then the last chorus is longer, bigger, and different in the fact that it's more, it's kind of like a weird word for it, but it's more glitchy. And they're, how the Chainsmokers make most of their choruses and stuff like that is with what's called vocal chops. So they literally would take an artist going, and they go, da, 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 da. That sounded retarded to describe, but you get what I'm saying. They use vocal chops to put together a beat and put together a melody. That's what they did with this, but it's almost like the chorus kind of like jiggled back and forth, like it'd come apart, then it'd come back together. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. It's hard to explain, but that's good because it was super original and imaginative. And yes, we've heard this before, but from EDM stuff, in my opinion, the kind of where the vocals kind of glitch around and the beat kind of comes back, how they did it for the Chainsmokers, 100% original. In general, decently original as itself, in my opinion. So I think that is what made it really great. So I think when we're talking about the future of the Chainsmokers, and I mean, like, what they're talking about too, dude, other people have talked about it before, but at least it's not 100% just like, oh, I I love you. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's not original, but it's like a little more imaginative than they normally would be. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
I think for their future, as far as their future goes, because obviously that's what we're talking about. The present, great. You know, that song, great. We just agreed. You know, vocally better, beat wise better, more imaginative, more original for them, different. Still has the Chainsmokers taste. You know, check, right? And I believe it's starting pretty good. Not huge, right? But that's really
Yeah.
mainly
Right.
because the Chainsmokers, in my opinion, I don't feel like the mass audience of music sees them as a super good band. Um, because they dropped like 4 big songs, Paris Closer, something just like this, and Don't Let Me Down, and then they basically just made copies of those over and over again, which gets old. But then they drop this, and I feel like it's piquing people's interest. I mean, even if you look at actual Chainsmokers fans, I've seen many of them YouTube comments, groups on Facebook and social media saying this is the first thing from Chainsmokers that were like, oh wow, this doesn't sound just like a copy in every sense, and they're like, oh wow, good, this is good. So I think if their future is them continuing to I mean, obviously Drew to continue his voice getting better, I think that's good, and just being more imaginative with how their beats go, because when you're talking EDM, electronic music, whatever you want to call it, there's so much crap you can do with it. You know, it shouldn't just be the same chord progression every time. So I think it's really good they did this. I think if they do what they did good in this song, their future is going to be super good. But there's one thing we haven't talked about, which we'll talk about in a second, and that's them collabing with artists. Because when you talk about an EDM band, whether they do vocals themselves with the collaboration, or whether they just do them as themselves, or rather they don't do it at all, like Martin Garrix, and they just make the beat. Collaborations is a big thing that comes into play. But I've been talking for a while, so I want your opinion on, or not necessarily your opinion, but do you agree that if they do what they did in this song with the new stuff, and they don't make everything a carbon copy of everything, that their future is going to be good? And then after that, let's talk about collaborations, because I think that as far as them, like, who they collaborate with and all of that, I feel like that's a super interesting conversation.
I mean, I still see them collaborating with other people. I think it depends on how this song does. If this song does well on the charts, then I think they'll kind of switch ideas here.
Maybe a little
more,
less, but they're always going to collaborate with people.
Yeah. I feel like he would I feel like they would just keep collabing with artists mainly, because that's what they're known for.
Yeah.
I mean, you look at Chainsmokers, they have like 4 million subscribers on YouTube, some million number.
Oh, more
right
than that. More than that.
A lot, actually. Yeah, I was about to say, I'm pretty.
Let's just say they're big everywhere.
Yes, and I mean, they have enough followers to be like, oh wait, oh, there's no one on there. I wonder what that sounds like. And it all depends on how this goes. If this does well, then I think people will start. Be like, oh yeah, let's get more of the original stuff in here. Let's see what they do, just themselves. And I think that will be, if they do that, then they'll start making more music just by themselves and not collaborating with everyone.
I think if people start seeing them as serious and good vocalists, well, not them, but Drew, if they start seeing him as a good vocalist, they'll take them more seriously as a band, not just producers. You know what I mean? But
yeah.
The question is, yeah, I agree with you. I think they probably will collab less. I mean, to be honest, I don't know. I don't want to comment on that, because I don't know if they're going to collab less or more. And to be honest, I don't care about that, but I do care about who they would collab with. Is there anybody you would really want them to collab with?
I mean, Charlie Puth probably. It's probably pretty predictable because, I mean, those two geniuses in the studio, they're both.
Oh yeah.
One's like known for production. Charlie Puth has been an unbelievable producer. He's produced so many great songs. Has written so many great songs.
Produces all of his music.
All of his music. And he also, I don't know if you probably knew this. I think we talked about this already. He helped produce Easier and helped write it too.
Yeah.
He helped write that. And that, I mean, he's written some great songs. I see him collabing with them sometime in the future because, one, they're great producers and they could share their mindsets on things and their ideas. And, I mean, Charlie Puth is Charlie Puth. So I just see them matching together. But besides that, I mean, they could do whoever they want.
I have two in mind. One is 5SOS. Yes, I know they've already collabed with them, but I would like to see another song. I think that'd be kind of cool. So this is kind of funny because we just talked about Selena Gomez. And if you want to check out a video about her future, then check that out. Right, but okay. Selena Gomez and Chainsmokers collaboration. What do you think about that?
Chainsmokers, and here, say that one more time, you cut out.
Yeah, Chainsmokers and Selena Gomez.
I don't know how that would work. I mean, it could work. It could work. But I would be pretty interested to see how that would go.
Yeah. Okay, and one more. This is not going to make any sense, but that's why I think it'd be cool. Louis Capaldi and the Chainsmokers.
Bro. What do I even say to that?
Like,
I mean, Louis Capaldi. I don't know about Louis Capaldi. I'm not
their
sure.
styles are like the exact opposite, but like, dude.
I don't know if that would work.
Dude.
I think even the Chainsmokers will be like, "Oh, Louis Capaldi." I don't know.
I don't know. Okay, and finally, because there's so many people we could think of. I mean, we could freaking think of Ariana Grande, like, I mean, whoever, right? But it's okay. Final question, and then if there's anything else you want to talk about, we can talk about it. But what about them collaborating with rappers? Now, before you say anything, because you'll probably say no right off the bat.
You just cut me off right there. I was about to do it, bro.
I'm sorry. You're gonna say no? Yeah. Okay. Well, here's the thing, Luke. I've always wondered why people who do EDM and rap don't collaborate. Now, listen. Hear me out. People who make EDM, like the more dubstep, Skrillex type EDM, it's super like ravey and super bouncy. If you could mix that with some dope rap vocals, I think that'd be super cool. So obviously, if Chainsmokers were to collab with a rap artist, they wouldn't be able to do a song like Push My Luck. They'd have to do it more groovy and all that. And obviously Marshmello already has collabed with some rappers. But do you think it'd be cool at all if they did stuff with rappers, or do you think that's an absolutely stupid idea?
I think that's so stupid.
You do think it's stupid?
I think their stuff is with vocalists. I really do.
Yeah.
Just not rappers.
Yeah, that's not going to happen. It was just an idea. But hey, if the viewers watching this disagree with Lucas, which you probably will because he's talking nonsense. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. I'm messing with you.
They could do it with rappers, but I see them more as vocal.
Yeah, no, I agree. I was just messing. But hey, who do you guys see him, or not him, who do you guys see the Chainsmokers doing a song with? Do you see their future more of a Push My Luck style? Do you see it as something different? What do you see it as? Let us know down in the comments down below. Make sure to like this video, and like I said in the beginning, subscribe if you want song reviews every single Thursday from the Chainsmokers, your favorite artist, and subscribe for weekly future videos, and tell us who you want to do it on. We did it on Selena Gomez, we did it on Kanye West, we're gonna do it on people like Harry Styles, Seven Dust, and that'll be on Lucas's channel. Speaking of that, subscribe to his channel for all kinds of sports videos and different extra podcast stuff and concert videos and stuff like that. So, yeah, Luke, anything else you gotta say, dude, about the Chainsmokers?
Nah, bro. I'm all finished, bro.
Yeah, same. I just think we really like their new stuff. And similar to what we said in the Selena Gomez video, their new stuff is great. and if they do something like that in the future, we're gonna be happy with it, you know. But yeah, we'll see you guys later. Thank you so much for watching. Thanks for joining me, Lucas. You know, it's really nice of you.
Yeah, bro. It was fire.
Yeah, man. All right, I'll see you
Bro.
guys later. Thank you so much for freaking watching. Goodbye.
Bro.